Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. This is your weekly read on what it is that you need to be focusing on for July 19th through the 25th. And right now, I do believe that you need to be focusing on how you perceive yourself to accomplish and achieve your goals, your visions for your life. I feel like there is some toxic way of thinking, way of believing, in which you hold about yourself, self-imposed limitations that keep you from taking a chance on your ideas and beliefs. And it's so important for you to know this week that if you do not believe yourself or have high expectations about what it is that you can achieve and bring forth in your reality, then it will be very difficult for you to be successful in what it is that you are truly desiring at your core. I do believe for this week here that you have to be very conscious about your thoughts. Every single thought that you have, especially when it comes to yourself and your ability to create something in your reality, is very powerful, whether you know it or not. Because if you have these self-imposed limiting beliefs or ideologies about yourself, then it just keeps you restricted and limited, and that is what reality you will be creating for yourself and living in and experiencing. And so I feel like this week here, I feel like you're needing to really get clear of any beliefs, thoughts, limitations that you have upon yourself and your ability to create something and do something here, and release those things here. But before you can release, I do believe it's so important to recognize what those thoughts are, because I feel like as you get closer to trying to create something or getting out of your comfort zone, there is some type of subconscious thought or way of thinking that kind of holds you back and limits you and kind of keeps you in a very suppressed state of being where you're not taking a chance on yourself. So I feel like for this week, just be aware of your thoughts, especially ones that are kind of negative in nature, ones that are more so disempowering. I feel like this week you're needing to release those thoughts, because those thoughts are really limiting you and restricting you from basically just being great. I feel like you're needing to kind of take care of yourself and be more mindful of how you're feeling this week, because I feel like you're needing to kind of ensure that whatever thought processes, or if you're feeling a little down, limited, restricted, whatever the case may be, that you quickly recognize that, so that you can shift your way of thinking, so that you can shed any toxic patterns or emotions, so that you can kind of feel a little more free and liberated to create the life that you really want to live for yourself. And also just having high expectations that you are able to create a life that is more fulfilling for you. But you have to be more intentional about the energy you're putting out there, because whatever you're putting out there has a cause and effect. And if you're subconsciously even putting out limiting beliefs and thought process, thinking yourself like, oh, I can't do this, or maybe that's too far-fetched, or I need X, Y, and Z to accomplish something, then you will always be limited and restricted on you accomplishing something. And I feel like it's so important that you kind of have more empowered thinking and way of being, so that you can plant more seeds, healthier seeds, especially when it comes to your goals. I do feel like emotionally, maybe your emotions are really extreme. Like you have some toxic, unhealthy emotional patterns here that you're needing to kind of leave behind. And I feel like it comes from maybe not feeling supported or being let down or not being seen or whatever the case may be. Like when you allow people to get close to you, maybe they disappoint you, let you down, and you just kind of built up this guard here to kind of protect yourself from certain things. But I do feel like there is some emotional patterns that are very unhealthy, that you can go to the extreme here. And kind of gotta get that under control this week here, because I feel like it's stemming from a certain thought process here where maybe people, like I said, people have really, you had expectations for people, you attached yourself to people, and then they ended up disappointing you, hurting you, letting you down. And maybe that has created this, kind of toxic individual within yourself. But I feel like it was just mainly means of a protection here for yourself so that you don't allow people to get too close to you. There could be like abandonment wounds here as well. Like you're so quick to cut people off, and let people go if they kind of upset you or don't treat you how you believe you should be treated here. And I just feel like you're just needing to kind of nurture that part of yourself. Love on yourself a bit more. Know that you are safe. Know that you are okay. Know that you are empowered and that you have the wisdom to put yourself in situations that will protect you, that will honor you, that will respect you here. I do feel like this week there's just high intensity of emotions that's going on here. And it's important that you don't give into those things, because I don't think it's going to create a response that you really want. And I think the best course of action is just to release it and let it go. Because I feel like if you do end up responding out of this emotions, you'll just kind of be making yourself look silly and crazy and all of this, because it's going to show the hurt individual within yourself. So it's best you just kind of stick to yourself, stay to yourself, honor yourself, recognize when there's things that's not, honoring you or putting you in a state of being that you feel balanced and grounded in, that you are just releasing those things from your energetic field and continuing to nurture yourself. I feel like you just need to prioritize nurturing yourself. You need to do that for yourself and not expect other people to do it for you, because I feel like this week people may disappoint you here. And so, but it's not their responsibility. I feel like it is your responsibility to honor yourself and just, take care of yourself here. Because I feel like there could be people this week that may kind of trigger you and upset you, and maybe it's either they're cutting you off and that makes you like you get cut off in a sense, or you get ghosted in a sense, and it may like really trigger something in you and make you act, irrationally here. But just remember who you are and ground yourself and know that if it was meant to be, then it will be here, and that you are deserving of love and respect, and that, if they aren't around, then it was just a reason for that. I just feel like you're just needing to really honor yourself and protect yourself and guard your heart specifically here, because there could be someone who it looks like you could have been investing some time and thinking that they aligned with you, like it worked for you, but it looks like they were only just giving dreams, and they're going to end up like shattering you and disappointing you, and it's going to suck because just like you let this person in, you let your guard down, you really had expectations that maybe this was going to work and go somewhere, and so you invested a lot in this just for them to change their mind or dishonor you here. I feel like this week something's going to emotionally trigger you, and it's so important that you remain balanced, that you release whatever negative, toxic, limiting things that may kind of pull you out of character, so that you may remain grounded and rooted here. I feel like maybe you're realizing that people aren't like you. People aren't as loyal as you are. People aren't as committed as you are. It's like once you're committed to something, you're loyal. It's like you could have poured your heart out to someone, invested your time, energy into someone, really hoping that it will work, and then they just end up like either cutting you off or just, moving away, or whatever the case may be. Where it's like they just kind of sold you a dream, or you was just living in Delulu land when it came to this individual here. It's like, and you just felt like they never violated, like, 'cause you let this person in, and now you're just in your mind about the whole situation and where you went wrong. But at the end of the day, it's more so just honoring yourself and your boundaries, and recognizing that if it didn't work, it just wasn't supposed to work, and just keep on protecting yourself, loving on yourself, showing up for yourself here, and not allowing anyone the power to get you out of character and have you acting in a certain way. So take yourself out, love on yourself here, keep on showing up in a certain way, because then you will be attracting someone that will honor you and love you how you love yourself. So it's important that you honor yourself, show up for yourself first. And if something didn't go as planned, and something was only there to kind of control you or manipulate you into staying and letting your guard down, they could have won at that. But release it and let it go. Release it and let it go, because I feel like you may just kind of make yourself look a little crazy if you respond in a certain way, especially out of your emotions. So the best course of action for you is to just reshift and refocus all your love, all your care into yourself, and to honor yourself and put back up your guard, and just make sure you're being intentional here with who you invest in, and making sure that those you invest in are truly honoring you and respecting you here for this week. It say, don't allow anyone to abuse your power or take it away from you. Remember, you will be treated how you allow others to treat you. Show them that you value yourself far too much to settle for anything less than what you deserve. If you think you are alone, you are not. We are beside you in all challenges that you face. Trust that outside sources will always be working with you to ensure the best outcome of every situation. We have your best interest at heart. We love you. Accept where you are at this moment in time. Only then can you begin to move forward. Be clear about your intentions. This makes it easier for us and the universe to help you. Doors will open unexpectedly. Be ready. So I feel like there was definitely something that was kind of taking your love, your kindness for granted, and I believe it was removed for a reason. So continue to honor yourself. You are loved by your spirit team. They're with you, they're walking with you, and they're bringing something else in that will honor you. So continue to choose to honor yourself as you go through this journey. So, fire signs, I really do hope that helped. Thanks. Take care.